In the last video, I did show you how to use or to build dies for the hydraulic press. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This video today, I'm going to show you how to use them. So how you can use the press and make the shape that you actually designed and you did cut. So stick around and I'm going to show you all that. My name is Ali Ghanim and welcome to AG Jewel Lapidary. Okay, so this is the press that, as I mentioned, I built this one here, but this is the one we're going to use in order to press using copper, in order to press it and get the shape that I want. I'm going to press three different ones, a heart and these two here also, and then I'm going to show you how it's done. Now the one that I have, which is I'm using copper right now, and with the copper I cut it to size, but I wanted to put some kind of patterns on it, and so what I did is I annealed it first. So I annealed my my sheets. I did the patterns, and I have another video that it shows you how you can actually hammer it. If you don't have a press or you don't have a roller mill, you could actually hammer the patterns on the sheet. There's another video that you could watch that. Now, once I use the pattern on it, I will just like I mentioned before, you can mark left and right, top and bottom, or whatever you mark it. So if you want to make, for instance, if you're making earrings, you want them to be exactly the one on the right and the one on the left to be identical, but not I wouldn't say identical. They have to be the opposite, like left and right. So in order to do that, if you have something like this, then I will say that this is the right side, and then when I turn it around and do the other pattern, it will be the left side. So you mark up your die the way you want it. So when you make that, you know which one you did first and which one you're going to do the second one. So now, when I have this one here, what I will do is I will line it up into my shape. I'm going to get closer here so you could see what I'm talking about. So you line it up to get the pattern on the inside the way you like it, and you make sure that you have enough distance of copper sheet around the pattern itself. So on this one here, what I will do, I will just go from basically side to side. So it will be like something like this. See, I'm looking at what I'm looking here is the opposite. So I will set it up like that, like this, turn it around, and here you are. So you maximize your sheet within the pattern that you're going to do. Once you get that, what I would suggest to do is just tape it. If you put a tape, it will hold it in position, so when you start setting up your press, you're not gonna lose the position of this one here. So what I have is I'm using printer tape. Just tape one side only, that would be good enough. So I have this one here is ready. Just gonna put it aside. The next one I'm doing is a heart. So with this heart, again, I can just move and adjust the pattern that I want, and once I get the pattern that I need, I'm just gonna put another tape on it and set it on that position right there. So I have this one here, and this is the third one that I'm going to be doing, and it's exactly the same thing. I'm just going to also tape it so it stays in that location here, and it's not going to move on me. One thing I just want to stress, that the die that we're doing, or I'm making, is only 1/4 of an inch thick. So when this 1/4 of an inch, so when I press down my shape, it's going to be as far as 1/4 inch. I can go as far as 1/4 inch deep on that shape. If I go any further down or I press more, what's going to happen, the bottom here is going to come right against the piece of steel that I have below my die, and it's going to create a flat surface here. Well, sometimes you don't need that flat surface, but sometimes you do. So for instance, if we're doing this heart, and then you want to put a stone here, or a bezel with a cap in it, you might need to have that flat surface. So you just press it a little bit extra, a little bit more, in order to get that flat surface. It makes it easy for you to just solder your bezel in there. So anyway, so now I'm going to show you. I'm going to get you closer to the press, and I'm going to show you how it does work. Okay, on this press here, what I have is, this is the main plate down at the bottom. I just added plate to reduce the distance, so I don't have to jack it up all the way here. You could add other things in there. I got holes and screws where I could screw other plate depending on what I'm doing. But in this situation here, all I need is these plates here, and then the die is going to be set. Another thing is, you make sure when you do this one that the patterns are going to be face down, because this is what you're going to press in, and that's, you want the pattern to be on this side. So if I take this one here, and I will put it right in the center this way, and I'm going to take the urethane piece, and I just set it up right on top of it, and then I have a couple of spacers that I'm going to put on top of this. So these are the spacer that I'm going to add right here. And now what I got to do is make sure it is in the center, and jack it up. With this one, I will overpress just to show you what's going to happen. Now with this one here, I don't have the pressure gauge to show how much pressure I'm putting in, but so what I'm doing is I'm counting. Once it starts hitting here, I'm counting how many pumps I'm going to add into the press to make them all about the same. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's see how this gets us. Okay, take the spacers out, and here you go. What happened here is I pressed too much, and just to show you that, you see the flat here, there's a flat surface here, and all the side here broke. So when you do the press, you got to watch how much pressure you're going to put in. And so we did here, on this one here, we did about 5. It comes out. But you could see that this is no good right now, right here. So it's all broken. If you look from the back, you could actually see the crack. So if I go, but I did 5 times. So if I go on the next one, I'm going to go only 4. So this here I'm making the heart right now. I'm going to do that. So put it down. Here we go. Put the spacers in. Just like that. Okay, so I'm touching right now. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 only. Okay. And here it is. Okay, you got a nice shape. See that? So all we have to do right now is just use the saw, and then you saw around it, and then you get that shape. I'm going to do another one, which is this one here. Okay, so I'm going to put it down like so. Center it. Everything is good, and now it can go up. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3 and a half. It gets tight. You could actually feel it when you're working with it. You could feel how much pressure you're putting in and how tight it gets. The other thing is you could actually, instead of going all the way down, you could check it out and you see if this is enough pressure and this is good enough for you, then you leave it like that. If you want to add more, you could put it back under the press, because remember, this is taped in the back and it's not going to go anywhere. Plus it takes the shape of the die here. So you could go back and give it a little bit more pressure to get it in. But this one here, so it's not bad the way it is. I like it like that. So what I'll do is just keep it and cut it this way here, and then you could do whatever you want to do with it. But this is the way it's going to work. So I need to do another one, but let me see how that's going to work out. Now this is a new die. This is the first time I'm going to use it. So it's like a flower, but I've never used it before. So I'm going to just tape it in place and try it, see how that's going to work. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but we'll see. So, okay, it goes centered. Okay, now 1, 2, 3. I'll give it a little bit more pressure to see how it's going to turn out. But like I said, I mean, I can always put it back in and see if I need more. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now here it is from the back. See how much pressure we put in, and in the front should be just like that. Now if I need to give it a little bit more pressure, I could just put it back in, because all this is going to fit back into its place, and maybe I just give it just a touch more to see how that's going to do. If it breaks, it breaks. It doesn't matter, but at least that's right. Now, here we are, centered again. Okay, now let's see where we at with this one now. Actually, this is even better. It'll give it a little bit more of shape. Here you are. This is the front, this is the back, and then you just cut the petals and you cut the shape that you need. Okay, I hope that you liked this video, and now you could do your own dies, and you can press them, and you could do any shape you want, like I said before. And I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please share it with your friends and your group, and just comment below, give me the thumbs up, and until next time, be safe and be good and enjoy your work, and talk to you later. Have a nice day.